So today we are at Owl Canyon Trailhead, which is part of the Lake Mead National Recreation Area. It's just a few miles bike ride from our campground. There's Les going down the trail, desperate to get going. So we cycled along and we'll see how the trail is. I don't know if we'll do the full thing or not, but we'll see how we get on. So as you can see, it's not a maintained trail. It's quite dodgy going down. So if you do come, make sure you've got good hiking shoes on, just so you don't slip, because it's quite gritty and gravelly. I would recommend doing this hike at a cooler time of the day, so either early on or else later in the afternoon, because there hasn't been a lot of shade so far, and it does get quite hot here. And make sure you take plenty of water. Once you get in amongst the rocks, there is actually quite a good amount of shade, but the start of the trail was very exposed. It's quite rocky and gravelly for walking on, so it's a bit like walking in sand, but it's kind of slow going. But the scenery is spectacular, it really is nice, and there's nobody else here. And then just as we come out of the Slot Canyon, there's this tunnel, which I think must take us under the Lakeshore Road, which is the main scenic drive in this part of Lake Mead. So it's actually quite cool. So there are quite a lot of warnings in this area to avoid this hike during monsoon season, or if there's rain forecast, because as you can see, it's basically a wash. So when it rains, all the water would just channel down here, and I would imagine it would flood out really easily. So yeah, just make sure you do check the weather forecast before you start on this hike, because you certainly wouldn't want to be stuck here if it starts raining. There's literally nowhere to go. What I love about slot canyons is that you get a completely different perspective on the way back than you did on the way up, just because of how the light changes in them all the time. Depending on the time of day you come, you can get completely different light. So it really is nice. as you can see, the views from the trail on the way back to the trailhead are absolutely stunning. Right over to the mountains. It really is a gorgeous trail, this. I would definitely recommend doing it. So apparently about 20 years ago or so, the lake actually used to come up to here, Lake Mead, so this would have been the lake. But it's dropped in level so much over the years. It's actually incredible to think that it used to come up here. Yeah, crazy. So we love nature and we love it when they leave it untouched, but it's moments like this that I really wish they could put an escalator in here. It's quite steep going back up. So it's always amazing to us when we do hikes like this, and they're just off the side of the road. I mean, this is a well-maintained parking lot. It's just off the main road in the Lake Mead National Recreation Area. And then the actual canyon that we were in is just down there. I'll try and point it out. So it's amazing to us that things like this can be so easily accessible. So yeah, we would thoroughly recommend this hike. We really, really enjoyed it.
Thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.